Hey guys, how's it going? Vampy here, and welcome back to Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. So in the last episode, we found Sakura like this, and I'm very saddened by it, actually. I am so saddened because I am just... No! Hina's gonna be so upset. Okay. I could feel only the last lingering warmth of the living body. Life had abandoned Sakura's body, and then...
A body has been discovered! After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin!
So we've switched to Deadly Life. Lovely.
Huh?
Sorry if I clear my throat a lot. I'm having a lot of issues with my throat today. That sounds... yeah. Anyway.
Sakura's dead? She's really dead?
I heard Hina talking, but my eyes stared steadily forward. I could only look on Sakura's dead body. We didn't make it in time. It's happened again. Muttering to herself, Kyoko began to gently inspect Sakura's body. I wonder was she confirming that Sakura really was dead, checking for a pulse or a reaction? I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room. And I? Why? Why did this have to happen? That's all I could say. I repeated it over and over again. I need to examine Sakura's body. I just stood there motionless behind her while she checked Sakura's corpse. Time passed. While I stood there unable to do a thing, time passed. And after I don't know how long, I got everyone. What? Ogre?
Yes.
Oh, so she's dead, huh?
I see.
Sakura's been killed. I see. As soon as they arrived, Kyoko began.
Just a second.
You heard the announcement just now, right? So you know what it means. Sakura was murdered, and by someone in this very room. Is that what you were going to say?
Huh?
No. Whoever killed her. It's not just someone in this room.
It's your fault!
It's one of you. Hiro, Byakuya, and Toko. One of you killed Sakura.
What?
You're accusing us before we even begun the investigation? I don't need to investigate anything. Because you hated her. You hated the sight of her.
I won't forgive you.
Even if you did it, I know it. You know it? Geez, I didn't know your power level would increase by that much just by getting mad.
What the heck?
What are you doing here?
Come on!
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to hand out my little murder flyer.
It's the Monokuma file!
Gosh, I wish my throat was just... Blech. Okay. And you'll get so mad, Miss Asahina, or you're gonna ruin that little face of yours. Now then, with that Hold on. There's something I want to ask you. It was you, wasn't it? You killed Sakura.
Say what?
Sakura wanted to challenge the mastermind to a duel. Maybe you and her fought again and then...
In other words...
Then I killed her? Sorry, not quite. Actually, not even close. The whole thing is totally irrelevant now. Sakura came to a most regrettable end, without even getting the chance to finish things with me. Which, thank God for that, it saved me the trouble of having to go through with our little fight. Because even for someone like me, it would have been no mean feat to take down a behemoth, sorry, like that.
Hey,
I gotta tell you, I was actually pretty worried. I mean, she violated a rule by attacking me in the first place, but I wasn't able to punish her. So I don't know who it was, or whoever the Blackened is this time, I owe you one.
What is this?
You owed him one. Oopsies. Before you get all pissy-potty at me, you better figure out who did it first.
Shing!
Because, I mean, your lives are all on the line, right?
What is this?
What the hell? He owes them one?
I won't forgive you.
I hate him. I hate this whole thing. Well, I, for one, am glad it was Sakura. She was working for the mastermind, after all. How can you say that now? Sorry, I don't have time for your squabbling. The next game has already begun. If you want to be angry at someone, be angry at whoever killed Sakura.
Anyway,
Right now, our top priority needs to be uncovering Sakura's killer. If we can't do that, we're all dead. Then let's decide who will stand guard this time. I'll do it. Hina? I'm okay. Just let me handle it. Besides, I want to be here. With Sakura.
That's fine.
Okay, then Hina is guard number 1, but we need one more. Kyoko, that's you. What? Me? You're always a thorn in my side. This time just stand by and watch quietly. Consider that an order. An order?
that's fine.
Fine, I'll stay behind. Then it's settled. Let's begin, shall we? Hold on. Before that, there's something I want to say.
What?
Which is... Hiro, Byakuya, Toko, none of you are allowed to step foot in the crime scene. What?
It's your fault!
One of you killed Sakura,
I won't forgive you.
and that lets someone like that come anywhere near her.
Stop talking.
Don't be stupid. Our lives are just as much danger as yours. We have every right to investigate. I don't care what you say. I'm not letting the one who killed Sakura anywhere near her. Even if it means I have to force you, you're not getting in here. Well, it appears further discussion would be a waste of time. How about a compromise?
It's all clear now.
I won't ask you to let us all in, just let me. Sorry guys, I gotta shift my microphone, it's trying to fall over. Here we go. What? You don't really care, do you? You're both useless anyway.
Yep.
Nope, I don't really care. I'd rather spend my time coming up with another splendid fantasy involving Master anyway. And you, Hiro? Do you really object? If you're gonna go that far, what can I do? I mean, I don't have anything to hide, so why should I care?
It's all clear now.
Then it's decided.
What are you saying?
Nothing's decided.
Calm down.
I know how you feel, Hina, but you should agree to his request. But
Hey,
we have to find out who killed Sakura.
correct.
For those of us still alive, and to honor Sakura's memory. Fine, I guess that's okay. But no matter what, Byakuya, you are absolutely not allowed to touch her. Naturally, why would I touch such a filthy dead body?
Listen,
Oh, who would touch? That's enough fighting. We need to focus on the investigation from here on out. Everyone keep this in mind. If we can't uncover Sakura's killer,
listen to me.
all of us face execution. Finding out who killed Sakura. It's not a matter of hoping you can do it. If we want to survive, we have to do it. It's kind of a hopeless hope. You have no choice but to just do it. Jesus. Alright, time to investigate. I'd rather check the Monokuma file before anything else. The victim was Sakura Ogami. The time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There's evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. Alright.
Hey,
I think the case this time might be a challenge. Why's that?
so...
The only way to into the rec room is the door we just came through. And the door had been jammed shut with a chair from the inside the rec room. Which means the killer would have had to escape somehow after barring the door. So if the door was blocked from the outside, and there was no way in or out till we broke the window, there's like zero escape, right?
In other words...
In other words, this is a classic locked room murder. Locked room murder? I guess you might see this kind of thing a lot in mystery movies or books or whatever. But could it really happen in real life? And right before our very eyes like this?
Hey,
Are you curious to hear more about what a locked room murder entails? Sure, if you don't mind.
that's fine.
When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. The first type is when the locked room is created after the actual crime is committed. This simply means the killer commits his crime, then through some special method seals the room. This mainly involves some sort of trick involving the locking of the room. Basic approaches including using a string or symbol mechanism. There are a number of variations. So for that, all we'd have to do is check the door and see if that's what that was, right?
Correct.
The second type is when the locked room already exists before the crime is committed. Oh?
In other words,
Basically, the killer used a special contraption or tool from outside to target the victims inside. You push a switch and it fires a handgun. You shoot an arrow through a gap in the door, something like that.
however,
But in this case, that doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows in the school, and the door doesn't have a gap that would allow it. Yeah, I think we can probably cross that one off the list.
it's true.
The third type is when the killer stays in the room until it's opened up. What do you mean by that?
In other words,
They stay hidden, and when the door is open, they use the confusion to blend in with the group. They pretend they showed up along with everyone else, and that's that. That sounds like it could be that could have been possible, maybe.
it's true.
And the fourth and final type is when it wasn't actually a locked room at all. Not a locked room.
In other words,
By that I mean there's actually an alternate escape route somewhere within the room. You see, this a lot in novels and things, but in reality it's generally not possible. Then you think we can cross that one off too?
indeed.
I believe so, yes. So when it comes to locked room mysteries, those are the basics. So there are 4 possibilities. Then Kyoko, which of those 4 choices seems the most likely in this case?
It's true.
That's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during the trial. But for right now, I can't really say. I see. The way the killer set up the locked room. Until I figure that out, the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. It's definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can. For Sakura, if nothing else. Alright, let's start investigating some stuff. This looks like some kind of wrapper.
Huh?
That's... Do you recognize it, Hina? Well, yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. So you gave that candy to Sakura? I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as I could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on them. You really like them that much? But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now, they've lost all their flavor. Hina. Alright. Sakura drew her last breath sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of a blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally I wouldn't have any problem believing that that's what killed her. But according to the Monokuma file, she had also vomited blood. I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So that would have caused her to... So what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Maybe her getting hit in the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood? Not a chance. Pyakia.
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on the most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting. Don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. I can't word today. Okay. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to the way she died. Okay. There are shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. Glass is all red, and these are the top and bottom sections of the bottle, right? So this must have originally been a bottle. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. The figure on the floor. There are 4 bottles lined up on the shelf. And inside each bottle there's some kind of Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is, how did they get those figures inside the bottles? I don't think that's really important right now. It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle. Huh? You know, where the ship's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside. You've never seen that? Oh yeah, maybe I have.
In other words,
So this is the Monokuma version of that, a Monokuma bottle, if you will. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things little by little. The Monokuma bottle is sitting up on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. The red shards of glass, which probably started out as a bottle. Which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass in the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was a weapon. There's a blood stain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far from where she died? Is there any more... Is there relevance to this? Okay. The locker's open. And there on the inside is a handprint.
Why?
What's a handprint doing here? Looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and left a handprint all in the dust.
It's true.
It looks quite fresh too. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker and they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid in here until the locker room was open, don't you think? And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group?
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Why not?
Hey.
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside, right? Oh yeah, the locker was open.
Indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. So then, what does the handprint mean? Bum, bum, bum. Oh, wow, I didn't even see this stuff over here. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance of the room.
So...
Looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments. I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. But still, this protein can. It's got a label on it. It says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Chem lab had all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten it from the Chem lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange. Huh? What is?
Hey.
You see what's scattered around the can? Shards of light blue glass. It must be from the window I broke to get inside.
Correct.
But they aren't just scattered around the can. They're also underneath it. Why does that matter?
So...
I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. An important clue. I'm not sure how. Okay. Is there something to do with this chair? Oh, maybe that was the chair that, yeah, was shoved up against the doorknob. Do we need to check the door at all? The door is the only way in and out of the rec room. Okay, the door didn't open. Simply because the chair was shoved against it. Yeah, there's no evidence of the door of the door and the chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked room from inside, not from the outside. Good to know. Is there anything else in here of significance or importance? I'm just like clicking a bunch. Is there like another spot on her? Okay, we already saw that. Why are there like... Oh, that's why there's two circles on Sakura. Okay, we talked to Hina.
What the heck?
You already know who did it. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It has to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me. She said she'd left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon. The Monokuma file said she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth, I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her. But she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I had stopped her, by force even, this would have never happened. Hina. It's impossible not to have regrets, I know. But the fact that she just asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying, it might be good to confirm what I just heard with three of them directly. Let's talk to Kyoko real quick and then we'll talk to Byakuya.
However,
But for Sakura to have been killed. Yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
it's true.
She certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
Certainly, they would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her. Okay, good point.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Then it's true? I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Byakuya says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, thanks. Byakuya's so mean, and that's why I love him so much.
Listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part.
So then,
You should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
listen to me.
Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. She's decided. She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right, I have to go and talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. Okay. So let's leave the area. Those 2 probably went back to their rooms. Okay, good. But see, that's why I like this game, because it guides you. So we need to talk to Toko and Hiro. Oh, here's Toko. I press the doorbell. And after a few seconds, is it Toko or Genocide Jack? It's Toko.
Who's there?
The most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
Well, what do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall.
What do you want?
You said you wanted to talk to me about something? I wanted to talk to you about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you.
Well,
I don't know what you're talking about. Byakuya already told me that she asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master too? Oh, I just said 2, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So, can you tell me about it? I admit it, I did get the note. But I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no other choice. Is that good enough? I'm going back to my room. That Toko quickly retreated into her room. Okay. Da-da-da. Running over. That's Sakura's room. I think Hiro is here, and I don't know why I said it like he's from Big Hero 6. I press the doorbell, and after a few seconds...
You know?
What's up, Kodo? Did you need something? Yeah, actually, I wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you. How did you know about that?
Could it be?
Did you gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me yourself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that? Oh well, when she asked me to meet with her, of course. But she didn't write you a note? A note. She
How about that?
She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then you went and met with Sakura?
You got it all wrong.
No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually,
The last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt, and I took her to the nurse's office.
don't look
I haven't
at
seen
me.
her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note that she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see. Hiro was filling around in his pockets.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, something fluttered to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. Huh? He has the same candy wrapper. Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash? Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went. So, if you'll excuse me. Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro said that that was just trash, but there's no way there's all there was to it. Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro. What next? I'll definitely have to have a look at the actual crime again. But on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found in the floor of the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. So where should I start? Let's go to the chem lab first, and then we'll go back to the crime scene. I know that there's a teleport option on the map, but I'm gonna have to get used to the running aspect of this game when I play the second one, because you have to kind of walk everywhere on that one. I mean, you don't have to, it has the teleporting option too, but yeah. I like walking. Walking's good for the soul. I always forget where the stairs are though. Yep, I went the wrong way. Where are the stairs? Why do I always get lost? Oh, there they are. It's like they're like not there and then they just go poof. They go poof. Okay, not around there. Is the chem floor on the 4th floor? Bum, bum, ba-na. Bum, bum, ba-na. Bum, bum, ba-na. Ba-na-na. Okay. Oh wow, there's a mess in here.
What?
Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab tube? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say was yes, sir, I understand. Wow, Byakuya. Just getting all real and stuff, huh? This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. Should probably take a closer look at it. Yeah, there's stuff on the floor here. It looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. But more important right now, what's that powder that seems spilled on the floor? To be careful not to step in it. These are footprints. They're only in the front left of the shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, you mean me. How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen.
What?
Well, let's go, chop chop. Okay. So I got to work, and before long, I had drawn up a sketch of the room. So, how's this? Not bad for you, I mean. For me?
I see.
So when you look at it like this, it's interesting. It would appear whoever left these footprints had only business on the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to the shelf did whatever they had to do, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be
It's certainly
Kodo.
possible.
Are they yours? No.
What?
Then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. See, your feet do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit, these are not your footprints. Unfortunately. But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. And these prints are really a valuable clue. Why didn't it go into the truth bullet? Whatever. Okay. There's a broken bottle on the floor. Kim C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? Not really. I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at that point this room wasn't like this. Then this powder must have been spilled.
So in other
That's right, it
words-
could have only been spilled around the time of the incident. Then, if that really is what happened, it must be related to the case somehow. Okay. Dietary supplements, different medicines. The protein drink we found came from this shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number. So I guess this can be considered section A. But wait. There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. Could someone have put it here by accident? Does this have anything to do with anything? Bunch of chemicals. No idea what they are. They're red reagents. Put simply, they're used in experiments to bring a chemical to a reaction.
What?
What do you think? Is this relevant or no? I didn't even say that. Anyway, it doesn't matter right now. I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers are labeled with the letter B and a number. So I guess this could be considered section B. Nothing out of the ordinary. Okay, so we don't have to worry about shelf B. That's why I skipped some of that dialogue. On this shelf, one look and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelf section C. I should try to find out more about the shelving unit. It looks like it's split into 3 sections. Okay, Sakura must have gotten a protein powder from section A. But what concerns me about section A, there was a bottle with the labels from section C. What is a bottle of poison from section C doing in section A? There's definitely something going on there. What else is there to check here? There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. There's also the remains of a broken bottle. Labeled C4. Looks like someone left footprints in the powder. We already discussed that. Based on the positioning of the prints, yeah, we already discussed that. According to Byakuya, the powder would have been spilled right around the time of the incident. Yes. Okay. Good. Already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I should take another look around the... Okay. Oops, wrong button. Wrong buttons. For the win. Okay. Back down to the rec room. I was about to say which way is down, and then I saw the stairs. Okay, so the rec room should be on this floor, yeah? Somewhere over here? Yes.
Hey,
So Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro told me.
I see.
I see, so along with Byakuya, they're claiming they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying.
Anyway,
Well, I've made some progress of my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These 3 things have revealed new clues. You do well to look them over one more time. Okay, so Sakura's body. According to Kyoko, there's something to be discovered about Sakura's body.
Just a second.
Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but
Hey,
don't you think you might need to actually examine the body? There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although there are still some times. I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
It's true.
That's totally normal. And how can you?
So...
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What? Sorry, never mind.
Hey.
More importantly, look here. Her shoes.
Correct.
See the yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
That powder is clue number 1.
Hey.
Next is the wound on her head. Look carefully.
It's true.
Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot, so let me just explain.
It would seem...
It would appear that she didn't suffer from a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows?
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There are absolutely no trace of blood on either.
It's true.
So, that's what I've learned from examining her body in detail. Okay. Okay, let's look at the magazine rack. Oh. Controls, please. Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue. Clue. Huh? This magazine is upside down. Did someone put that back in there by accident?
Hey.
If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up an inverted magazine and flipped through it. This is... On one of the pages near the center of the magazine, a word has been written in blood and bloody letters. It said Toko. Could this be a dying message?
Correct.
Then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this?
So...
It is indeed a dying message from someone used their finger to write it. A dying message.
However...
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it, for the benefit of others who might be looking. Hey, is that... It says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it.
What the heck?
Then she's the killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet. It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer? I can see why you think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. Interesting. Very interesting. I think Kyoko said she found a clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Okay.
Hey.
So did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between the bottles. Pay careful attention and you'll find out. A correlation. Hey Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is?
So...
I don't mind guiding you toward clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusion so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer. I do trust you to a degree, otherwise I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree?
Hey.
Actually, there's one more thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment?
Anyway...
Can you gather up all the pieces of a broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get small pieces too. Sure. Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
That doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Byakuya is not here, so...
So then...
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. But that Kyoko left the room, even though she's supposed to be on guard duty. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? I better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting the pieces of broken bottle. And just as I finished up... Sorry to keep you waiting.
So then...
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So what kind of experiment are we doing?
In other words...
I've got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? The pieces of glass you collected and the ones of the Monokuma bottles that are still intact. Why would you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done.
Listen.
First, let's compare the weight of the first 2 normal Monokuma bottles. Okay, so they're balanced.
In other words,
Which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Which makes sense. And the Monokuma figures inside the bottle are basically the same, and nothing else could really affect the weight.
so then,
Now here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now what might we expect to see? Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to gather them all, but there's a chance that I could have missed some here and there.
so then,
Okay, then let's give it a try. Huh? The broken pieces are heavier? How is that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought. What?
In other
The
words,
results of our experiment, the correlation between each of the bottles. Put it all together,
hey,
and I believe you'll come to a blah 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 blah. And I believe you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So, what do you think? It's all on you. The Monokuma bottle experiment. Okay. And that's the end of the investigation. Wow, that was actually a really quick investigation. I didn't expect it to be that quick. I think I've only been recording for like 40 minutes, yeah?
Whoops! You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake.
Poor Monokuma.
Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school.
See you soon! It's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, what happens will have to happen in the class trial. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen. Alright guys, and that's where I'm going to end this episode here. In the next episode, we will be doing the class trial, which I think this is the 4th out of 5 class trials, yeah? So the next chapter is the final chapter, and I'm kind of sad about it, but at the same time, I'm super excited. So let's get started on the class trial in the next episode. So I'm gonna go ahead and start making that video, that way I can get it out to you guys as soon as possible. But hopefully you enjoyed this, and I'm excited for the end, because I'm excited to play the next game. I'm ready for it. Alright, see you guys later. Bye!